The funny thing about this whole Ethan Klein situation is that they've been calling Ben Shapiro an anti-Semitic Jew for a long time. Mm-hmm. So now it's just kind of getting flipped back around.
And he's one of the biggest supporters of Jerusalem and like the Jewish state, and you know,
it's all ridiculous.
It's so weird.
And what Ethan said, I mean, you can say it's a joke, but it really does feel like it comes from a place of vitriol. Yeah. Like, you know, maybe it's just a bad joke that landed badly, but he's like when you kind of mean it, like don't tell that joke. So Ben Shapiro clapped back at him, and that was kind of. There's some parts of this that's kind of hilarious. So we're gonna watch that real quick, and then we'll react to that because that should be interesting. I just got to make sure. There we go.
A YouTuber and gamer of some sort. I will admit I have not followed his work at all because, frankly, it doesn't seem particularly noteworthy. He's a YouTube star, apparently named Ethan Klein. Okay, and he apparently has some problems with me that culminated in him suggesting that if there's another Holocaust, I should be the first to go, which last I checked is the sort of thing that gets you kicked off of YouTube if you are a right-winger, but apparently he's a big left-winger, so that's totally fine. Here is Ethan Klein being a delightful human being.
I was just going to say, if there's another Holocaust, they start rounding up the Jews again, I hope Ben gets gassed first.
What's funny there is, notice how there's a cut between things? I'm pretty sure what happened was his crew tried to intervene and stop him from saying this. They're like, no, don't. They cut the stream for a second, like, don't. And then they brought it back, and he said it anyway.
Yeah. What a goofy-looking actual troll.
I have a rule, generally, which I don't want people
he does
killed
live
in
under a bridge.
The Holocaust. Like, if another Holocaust happens, despite the fact that Ethan Klein seems like a rather unpleasant human being, I would hope that both he and his family would escape. It seems like also worth noting here that Ethan Klein, who is chuckling about the Holocaust there, he seems particularly fond of Hamas, which is an actual genocidal terrorist group which wants to kill every Jew in the Middle East. In 2021, he actually lied about the state of Israel and Hamas and basically soft-pedaled Hamas's terrorism. He said, the Israeli government is making me sick. This is in the middle of the Gaza war started by Hamas, in which they were firing literally hundreds of rockets into the center of Israel. Even if Hamas is operating out of a civilian building, it doesn't justify the total destruction of that building. It's inhumane. It says, as a dual citizen, I love Israel and the Israeli people. They deserve a government that actually believes in peace and not force and violence. The ultra-right Jewish settlers are among the greatest provocateurs in the world. They're shameless and hateful, fueled by religious zeal enabled by the Israeli government. I wish the settling and repossession of Palestinian land would stop. I wish the bombing in Gaza would stop. Gazans deserve to live a life free of fear. For all of the crimes Hamas has committed, we must always remember they're not Palestine. The Israeli government holds all the power. It's on them to stop the violence and show a true willingness for peace. So yeah, definitely soft pedaling and massaging Hamas in the middle of a war, while also chortling about which Jews should go first to the gas chambers. He seems like a really nice person, just generally, very nice person. I will, again, just repeat that no matter who you are, I hope that you don't die in a Holocaust. It seems like the baseline of basic human decency, but apparently not so much. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show is continuing. Now you're not going to want to miss it. We'll be getting...
It's funny, though, now, the beard... Ben with the beard, and I don't know how to take him now with the beard.
He looks weird with the beard. He doesn't really pull it off very well.
I'm getting used to it, I think, but it's definitely...
It's new. Maybe we're so used to seeing babyface Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. I still wouldn't... But, he's like a tiger in a debate. I still wouldn't want to debate him.
Oh, he talks 1,000 words a second, I'm pretty sure is what his rate is. But I love the contrast of he's just like Ethan Klein being such a wonderful human being. Like,
I've only ever seen Ethan Klein like one other time on something. I'm not sure what it was. It was pretty irrelevant to me. Like I really didn't know who
been in the news somewhat recently for this kind of thing.
I don't know what I don't know
something
what. Yeah, it might have been
controversial. But he originally got famous making comedy skits on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
He's not a political
Is it funny?
Guy.
Are they funny?
Oh yeah, they were good.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, like we're talking like 2010, 2011 kind of. But yeah. What he did originally was good. It was hilarious. His old videos, if they still exist, go back and watch them.
He just looks like he smells bad.
Oh, well.
Like if you look at him, like,
pretty
that's
sure
like the first thing when I saw him, I was like, he's dirty and smells bad.
Yeah.
He smells like, he smells like somebody who doesn't wipe their ass properly and it just keeps drying.
He might be.
You know what I mean? You get that shit
but
smell.
There's a viral clip of him talking about life being too short to exercise or something like that, like making all these excuses. Yeah, just kind of ripping on people who are healthy, I guess, to make himself feel better.
Yeah.
But I feel like Ben Shapiro kind of ripped him a new one.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like for him, it's
such a ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah.
To make a Holocaust joke like that. I don't understand it too, because he's the kind of guy that like kind of grandstands and cheers for censorship.
Yeah. Is he like, what's his like following and stuff? Is he big?
He's pretty big.
Yeah.
His following's been going down though, I think.
Well, maybe then he's just trying to attach his name to a rising ship, right?
Seems like he's having a crisis, because he got huge doing the comedy sketch, and then when he was big, he kind of stopped making comedy. So I think his creativity stalled out. And then he started the podcast. And his podcast originally wasn't bad, because it was since starting his podcast did he make this like spiral downward into radical leftism. And one of the examples of this is he interviewed Jordan Peterson twice. And they had really good, interesting conversations. But then more recently, in like the last year or two, his audience kind of... for whatever reason, there was backlash because he had done that. And so he went back and he deleted the Jordan Peterson episodes and like apologized for doing it, saying that like, oh, Jordan Peterson's a horrible person to be platformed. But in the meantime, during these podcasts, he's with him, he's talking to him, like they're like buds, right? Like it's a human conversation. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, he takes it in this weird direction and tries to virtue signal it by deleting them.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah.